To understand a market, businesses have to measure it. While qualitative research explores the meanings and motivations behind consumer behavior, quantitative market research provides the hard calculations: market sizes, brand shares, and purchase frequencies. That measurement requires specific volume. Interviews with under 30 people capture qualitative insights. The data begins to stabilize in the gray area between 30 and 200 respondents. But true quantitative research, data that supports statistical analysis, strictly requires sample sizes pushing past 200. Crossing that numerical threshold is what allows companies to calculate actual proportions of brand awareness or distribution levels, replacing exploratory guesswork with statistical fact. When designing these surveys, the most important rule is also the most counterintuitive. Statistical accuracy is dictated entirely by the absolute number of people surveyed, not the percentage of the overall population they represent. Take the United States with a population of 330 million. A random sample of 2,000 people there yields a margin of error of plus or minus 2.2%. Margin of error is a statistic expressing the amount of random sampling error in a survey's results. Now look at Ireland with a population of just 5 million. That exact same 2,000-person random sample yields the exact same 2.2% margin of error. Beyond a certain point, adding more respondents yields diminishing returns. Doubling a sample size from 500 to 1,000 interviews only improves the accuracy from plus or minus 4.5% to 3.2%. There is one major exception to the absolute size rule. If an analyst needs to slice the data to compare specific groups, like males versus females, the overall sample size must increase to support those divisions. Every individual demographic subgroup, or subcell, requires a minimum of 30 to 50 respondents. If a survey targets men and women across 4 distinct age brackets, the total sample needs at least 400 people to keep the microdata valid. Mastering this dynamic allows companies to scale their sample sizes based on the specific subcells they need to analyze, keeping their demographic data mathematically sound without overspending on massive, unnecessary interviews. The logistics of collecting those thousands of responses have completely evolved. Expensive and slow methods like street-level face-to-face interviews and large-scale telephone polling are largely obsolete. Today, nearly 2/3 of all market research is executed online. The industry relies heavily on specialist companies that manage opt-in respondent panels, delivering massive volumes of targeted data to researchers in a matter of minutes. But this speed comes with a strict trade-off. Because there is no human interviewer present to clarify confusion, the questionnaire scripting must be flawless. Analysts have to actively monitor incoming data to filter out automated responses or participants speeding through the questions. Digital data collection is highly efficient, but the resulting numbers are only viable if the underlying collection framework is rigorously structured and policed. Once verified, this raw data drives major business decisions. Analysts deploy it to track brand health over time, calculate actual market sizes, and benchmark the effectiveness of advertising campaigns. This MECO chart shows market segments and shares. Both the width and height of each bar represent data. Through cross-tabulation, analysts expose how company A, B, and C's dominance fluctuates across specific industries, like printers or machine shops. Analysts also deploy XY graphs to uncover actionable correlations. By plotting a customer's stated likelihood to recommend a brand against their share of wallet, the percentage of their total category spending captured by that company, the data visually isolates specific consumer groups that require targeted marketing interventions. Raw quantitative data on its own is just noise. Relational analysis forces those numbers to reveal specific, actionable directives. Quantitative research extracts the facts from a chaotic market, providing the mathematical foundation required to replace intuition with statistical certainty. When analysts leverage the absolute rules of sampling, high-speed digital collection, and rigorous relational analysis, they build a proven blueprint for strategic market dominance.